Play it with Xbox Game Pass.
Hello and welcome to the Microsoft Flight Simulator News Dispatcher for the date of 26th of September 2019. In today's episode we'll be looking at the latest and greatest updates from Microsoft on their new and upcoming simulator, starting with the homepage. A disclaimer in this video first: we will not be showing the video from the Insider Home Group. In fact, we will not be showing any more content from the Insider Home Group, but I will be reading out what was said, and I will play the video and go through the description of what is in the video, and also we're going to talk about what are we going to get from Microsoft Flight Simulator. What is Microsoft Flight Simulator going to give us? So let's start with the homepage. So, Etu Connor, we have the team is incredibly excited to officially kick off our Feature Discovery series. The Feature Discovery series is something that was teased back in when we had the early development roadmap, and we have basically had a preview of the Discovery series from episode 1, and that's what the video in the Insider Home Group is all about. It's a preview of that first episode, and it does look really good. And if you're not already signed up to be an insider, please go sign up and you will have access to the same content everyone else is having. In the series of the Discovery series, it's basically where they cover the core features of the simulator in an attempt to answer as many of the most discussed topics throughout the flight simulator community. You know, it's all these questions that everyone has been putting on the videos, every question that people have had about Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's what the Discovery series is all about. It's to address those questions and to lay fear and concerns to people about the new simulator. They're also going to be delivering an updated development roadmap, which we're going to go through in a second, outlining the October deliveries. And insiders should expect a development roadmap update within the next few weeks as well that will provide a preview of the November deliverables. So what does that mean? So basically we've got new content to have a look at for October, and next week we're going to have more content to look at for November basically. So a quick note on deliverables: we're moving the feedback pipeline overview deliverable to our next post coming early October. So next week they're going to give us feedback on the on what they've posted already, and this will allow us to allocate more update space to this deliverable to provide greater detail. Guys, this isn't anything special, by the way. They're just moving things around on the existing development roadmap. Finally, as we bring September to a close, the entire team would like to thank everyone out there patiently waiting for more granular information on the next iteration of Microsoft Flight Simulator. The information you seek is much closer than you think. So, what does all that mean? Well, today is the 26th of September, so that is the media update right there, what I just read. The feedback pipeline overview was moved forward. Okay, so basically this is what this is for the development roadmap. It's the feedback pipeline overview. So you basically get to, if you go into October now, you get to see here it says feedback pipeline online. So that's now October the 25th. So the overview is for the 25th. The development roadmap update, the general update, is this new version where they've switched a few things around. And then, of course, we have the Feature Discovery series preview as well. Now, it doesn't include all these episodes. It just includes a little bit from episode 1. Episode 2 covers the weather, what we can expect to see for the weather. Episode 3 covers aerodynamics, what we're going to see from the planes, and of course episode 4, what are all the cockpits going to look like. We have already seen 2 or 3 cockpits. We've seen an A320, and then we've seen a couple of general aviation aircraft as well as a jet-engined inside a jet plane as well. So we've actually seen 4 cockpits, 4 different cockpits. So looking now in October, things have slightly changed here. We're going to get the first episode next week. We're going to get the first episode for the feature Discovery series. We're also going to get a build program for the Tech Alpha #2 timeline. Basically, this is going to tell us that on the 24th of October, unless they've moved it forward, we're going to actually get that first Tech Alpha that we signed up for if you're chosen for delivery of it. And on October the 18th, there's going to be another development roadmap update, and there's going to be a bit of a preview for November and December coming. And then on the end of October, the feedback pipeline is going to go live. So you're going to have to give your feedback to what you saw in the early Tech Alpha build. And then, of course, the partner feature announcement series will kick off. Basically, what third-party add-ons will there be available? What partners who will they partner with? And what are they going to be able to deliver to us? As well as that, you'll get an insider program update as well. Of course, you could probably expect insider program updates coming through each and every week. Unfortunately, we're not going to be showing any clips or videos or anything from the insider program, but we will read what is there. So, without further ado, we shall head over and I'll read out what it says. And that's it, guys. That's basically it. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play this video and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to describe exactly what I see. And whilst we do that, I'm actually going to play a series of older clips that they've shown us in place of this as well. And you can see where we've come from in the Insider Home, which basically it says... not much really. It says there's a few quick updates. For early October, you can expect an update on the Tech Alpha recruiting. There's going to be a new update for the feedback pipeline overview, and a development roadmap preview for November is coming soon. Sincerely, the Microsoft Flight Simulator team. And then at the top of that here is the preview for episode 1 of the world of our feature Discovery series. Now, one thing to note is the clip is only 1 minute and 18 seconds long, but it does show quite a bit. So here we go. So it opens up the Microsoft Flight Simulator logo, which then transitions into a nighttime shot. And it says Feature Discovery Series, and it has a overview of the city. And first off, we can see the night lighting looks just as good as Black Marble, the Chris Bell's Black Marble night lighting. This looks basically like third-party add-on in our current simulations, and this is what we're getting for default. The night lighting stretches off into the distance. You can actually see the curvature of the Earth as well in this shot, and the breaking dawn in the background. And also another thing you can see is the constellations, and as we play the clip, the constellations move around like they should. In other words, this Earth, the simulation Earth, is rotating in the night sky, giving us accurate constellation fixtures, much like Chris Bell's Stargazer. So already there are, what you get in third-party add-ons in current simulations is default in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 program. I mean, this is just, it blows me away, you know, getting this all as default. So, and watching it, the light comes in across the land, you know, as the dawn breaks and the sun rises on the horizon. You can see the different colors, the shade of purple, the blues, the blacks, the oranges, the subtle shades, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And of course, this is just the world preview for the first episode. And there it goes, straight into daytime. The sun has now peeked over the horizon. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And then it cuts to another shot of daytime. And it's a different location. It's higher up in the atmosphere. You're looking down, you can see loads of broken and scattered clouds and the land below. Now, I used to have a book from NASA, and the land, the images in that book were all of satellite data of Earth, and the landscape looks exactly like this. You know, the land that I saw in those images back in the 80s This is exactly what I see here. Now, I'm not trying to degrade the image by saying, oh, what, you're trying to tell me this is like 80s imagery looking? No, this is actually true to life satellite imagery that we're looking at here. This looks so much better than anything we have in our current simulation. And remember, all these will be displayed at 4K resolution. I know for a fact that not everybody in the flight simulator community has a 4K TV or a monitor. So even looking in at 1080p full HD, this is going to look amazing. I'm watching it on a 1080p monitor. This video is that I'm watching is only in a small boxed window, so to be honest, this is like HD ready footage, and already it looks amazing. So playing that forward, we're just sort of flying slowly over that landscape, and you can take in all the beauty. In fact, one thing you can see as well is airports. You can actually make out cities, airports. There's land class for the beaches and the shorelines that you can see. There's so much detail in this image. This image really does need to be seen in 4K to be able to pick out the very tiniest of details. It really does look amazing. Then it cuts to another picture. Now this kind of looks like South America in the Amazon, or even in the Congo of Africa. And basically we see the forestry from up high as well, and the way the rivers and lakes and streams all sort of, you know, fuse and brick off or filter off into the various avenues. It's like they're like lung tubes moving off, and it honestly, so much detail in this image. It's just amazing. I mean, the accuracy, I think, of the shorelines is what's being represented here. You can, you know, I mean, you can forget needing to have an add-on to, you know, correct your shorelines because the default was rubbish. All that's been put into this one. It's truly is stunning, really. And then, of course, we have a shot over what looks like the Grand Canyon, or some canyon featured valleys with mountains and a, you know, lake inside. And the quality of the imagery, again, there's so many gradients of color and high detail, high specular detail. It really, for me, does show that not only, of course, is this in 4K, but, you know, this is going to be high quality world that we're going to see. It's absolutely stunning. I can't get over it, really. And then in the next picture we see, you know, trees. We see thousands of trees. Again, this is a bird's eye view, and the 3D models of all the trees that you see, I mean, this could be Canada, this could be anywhere in the world, really. It could even be from a previous video we've seen, but just at a different angle. And the amount of trees that are in this video clip is enough to bring a current computer of the current simulation to its knees. But of course, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it will play it flawlessly. And then we just move over various different landscapes, so it basically shows us the diversity of what is there. So you see farming, you see urban, you see rural, and to be honest, you know, if anybody has ever used the Mega Scenery Earth sceneries in the current simulations, which basically uses satellite data, the actual map data, so it's real life textures over your sim land. This is basically 10 times better than that, but it's basically the same principle. But it also has 3D models, which is one thing Mega Scenery is lacking. Flying over New York now, you can just make out the tiniest details of all the buildings. They're all unique, non-repetitive. Central Park is there. This basically looks like you're flying over Google Maps, but the highest version of it. I mean, I could literally pick out individual buildings and name them if you're familiar with the area. So the level of detail, I mean, you're going to be able to fly over your own house in Microsoft Flight Simulator and go, that is mine. That is where I live. Oh my gosh. It's that highly detailed. Something you really couldn't do in current simulations because it's kind of like they're generic houses put in. But I have a feeling that you're actually going to see what your house represents. And that is massive in the flight simulation community. So moving on, we're just seeing over water now and how thick and gloopy that water. And of course it ends with saying coming October 10th, 2019. Massive disclaimer, that's not when the sim is coming, guys. A lot of people have said we're going to get it early October. No, this is when the first episode of that Discovery series will launch. So basically, you're talking next week. You're going to get a full episode. How long these episodes are? Well, this is just a preview. A preview is usually about 10% of that. So you can expect these episodes to be between 10 to 20 minutes in length. And, you know, the first one's going to talk all about the world and what we see. So, whew, I'll tell you, that was an amazing video. So, heading back now into the home section. Again, if you haven't already signed up to be an insider, all you have to do is click on Insider FAQ and scroll down, and you will have a link where it says you can actually get the insider program with instructions here. And if you want to follow and be an insider, you can actually get your Microsoft account here. And then if you want to sign up, which is where you need those other two as a prerequisite, and then you can sign up here. Please do, because you will then get full access to what is inside here. Not only that, you can also register for the Tech Alpha. That registration, by the way, guys, will end soon. As you can see, I've already completed this a long time ago. And you will get access for that, but not for long. So please, guys, if you haven't already signed up, go sign up. So that's basically it for this week. I'm going to just leave you with a few clips and pics that we've had since there. But if there is anything else you feel I overlooked in today's episode, or if there is a topic you would like for us to discuss in next week's episode, please leave your comments below for me to consider, and I will consider that for next week's show. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.